Hello dear students, in the previous chapter we learned about pre-registration and registration activities involved in the second stage of the guest cycle, that is arrival, and today we're going to discuss about third phase, that is during their stay in the hotel. This stage is very important. The guest stays in the hotel and guest experience is crucial in generating repeat business and positive word of mouth publicity. A guest experience is primarily based on the level of service and facilities offered by the hotel. So the hotel staff should provide various service to the guest in caring and personalized manner to ensure that they come back to the hotel and recommend it to other colleagues and their friends. All the guests meet only the receptionist at the arrival and cashier at the departure. For example, short stay guest and there is no obligation on him to partake the services of other departments like food and beverage, etc. The front office, due to its situation and because every guest coming to hotel must come in contact, it's like a gateway and information center for every guest. The front office deals with all inquiries, complaints, etc. of the hotel irrespective of the size of the hotel. And one should be cautious not to start not my job with a guest, and you should be able to converse on a friendly basis. The front office staff have to become mines of information either gathered through practical experience or personal knowledge. And the inquiry counter or in a large hotel generally will have to answer various questions like travel methods, particularly for an airport hotel, times of flight, reservation for flights, hotel and its facilities, activities going on in and around hotel. It could be events and shows. In addition, the following should also be there: city maps, timetables, city guides, hotel guide, travel agents of the city. Following basic principles when answering inquiries: be ready to answer any questions the guest may have, find out any answer as early as possible, if not immediately. Be interested in the guest and his or her own problem. Apart from this, during the stay activities included information services, message and mail handling, key handling, change of room, complaints handling, and safety deposit. Mail handling is a very important activity of the front desk, and the way the mail is handled shows the efficiency and attitude of the hotel staff. Any delay and carelessness shown by the staff may result in great dissatisfaction. The term mail handling covers both incoming and outgoing. Incoming: as per the hotel policy, incoming mail may be received at the bell desk. The first step involved in that mail is sorted, arranged alphabetically, and put in separately. Whereas incoming mail has been classified into three: mail for the guest, that is, in-house guest, guests who have not yet arrived, and guests who have already checked out. And next one, mail for the hotel, classified into two heads: mail for the staff and mail for concerning management of the hotel and the senior staff. In-house guest mail handling: in case the key of the room of the in-house guest is in key's mail rack, that is the pigeonhole, which means the guest is not in the room. The in-house guest mail is put up in the key and mail rack and is delivered to him along with his room key when he comes to the counter. In case he is in the room, he is intimated about his mail, and if he or she so desires, a bellboy takes his mail to his room. Before entering, he knocks at the door and enters only when allowed. Sometimes the guest may go out of his room without leaving key on the counter. So in these cases, a mail advice slip is put up on the key knob of the door so that if he goes to room directly, he would know about the mail which the hotel has received in his absence. These days, the hotel use message light on the telephone or on the door, and also computers are used for this purpose in some hotels. Second one, checkout guest. The mail of the checkout guest is checked with the forwarding instruction, and mail is forwarded according to the instructions left by the guest during checkout, and appropriate entries are made on the mail forwarding addressing slip. Third one, awaited arrivals. Mail of such guest is marked with the date of arrival and kept in the whole mail rack. This information is then marked on advance reservation slip or movement list, or it could be fed on the computer. On the night before the arrival date, expected arrival guest mail along with the reservation record is sent to the front desk. When the guest arrives, the mail is handed over to him at the time of registration. The awaited mail retained for a period of 1 month only. After the expiry date, it is sent back to the sender. Registered mail record is a necessary activity because the Times Hotel may also receive registered or recorded mail such as letters, packages, and parcels, etc. for the guest. Since there is a record maintained by the hotel of all such mails at the time of receiving, it is important that it should be delivered urgently to the guest and acknowledgement taken. Apart from the above, hotel may also receive registered record mail for the guest. The responsibility of the hotel increase many folds while handling such mail. A proper record receiving and then distribution of such mails must be maintained. Mail for the hotel is classified into two heads: mail for the staff, mail for concerning management of the hotel or senior staff. And mail for the staff, it could be junior staff, it is sent to the time office where the staff coming on duty or going off duty is delivered to them. Mail for the senior staff is sent to their office through bellboys. Mail concerning the various departments of the hotel, such as accounts, personnel, or food and beverages, it could be reservations, etc., is sent to the concerned departments. Outgoing mail, that could be classified into two types, that is in-house guest and hotel staff. Whereas in-house guest wishes to send the mail through front office, then normally this has to be done by the senior bell captain who weighs it, puts appropriate value, postage stamps on it, and post it on behalf of the guest, where a paid out voucher is made for the same and guest signatures are obtained on it. It finally posted to the guest folio. For register and record mail also same procedure is followed. Some hotels use book called postage book to keep the account of postages used for a guest. And whereas hotel staff usually not encouraged to send a mail through the hotel and is required to send a mail on its own. While any mail can be sent out of the various departments of the hotel is sent by the department directly, such as accounts, food and beverage, and reservations, etc. Message handling. Receiving messages for in-house guests in their absence, recording them, and communicating them to guests as soon as possible is an important function of the front desk staff. The efficiency and professionalism of the hotel and the attitude of the staff is reflected by the way this function is carried out by the staff. Usually, hotels prepare the slip in triplicate on behalf of the visitor. The top one or the original is kept in the key and mail rack in an envelope and is delivered to the guest when he comes to collect the key. First copy of the message is slipped into the room, and second remains in the message book as a reference copy. Another important activity during the stay of the guest, that is a change of room, is a process when a guest moved from one room to another room due to various reasons. And the possible reasons could be both guest wants change of room, and in other case hotel wants to change a room. In case if the guest wants to change a room, the reasons could be following. Initially the room was assigned to him as per choice or requirement, maybe due to non-availability. And in other case, someone wants to join him during the stay, and now the guest wants a double room instead of a single room. In another case, one or more gadgets in room. That could be television, air conditioner, or a telephone. Any other electronic products of the room are out of order or not working up to the mark, not satisfactorily. In other case, the guest does not like the room. It could be color, ambience, color scheme, location, view of the room. Where the hotel wants to change a room, the following reasons: because initially the room was not assigned to the guest as per the requirement due to non-availability. In other case, guest has overstayed in a particular room which has been pre-committed to some other arriving guest. And condition of change of room could be both guest and hotel agree to change mutually. Procedure of change of room. The housekeeping department is informed about the requested change so as to prepare the room. Once the room is ready by the housekeeper under the supervision of a lobby manager or a housekeeper, the luggage of the guest is moved from first room to the new room by the bellboys. This may be done either in the presence of the guest, called live move, or in the absence of the guest, called dead move. Front office prepares a slip called change of room slip or move slip or movement slip or a transfer slip and removal notification slip, and which will be concerned to all sections such as telephone, food and beverage department, building section, housekeeping, etc. Are informed necessary adjustment in records, room rack, information rack, and are also done. Room key control, control system by which it is ensured that the room key is always at the proper place. That is, if the room is occupied and the guest is in the room, then the key is with them. And if the guest is not in the room or the room is unsold, then the room key is in its proper pigeonhole or a key and mail rack. A lack of a proper system may result in loss of revenue, as a room which is vacant may be shown occupied, and may also cause confusion and chaos, as occupied room may be accessed by an authorized guest. Key control also provides security to guests and property. Basically, keys has been classified three types. Hard key system can be called metallic keys. Second one, electronic key system, and the third one, magnetic strip card keys. Types of keys. In the first one, hard metallic keys, or also called metallic keys, which is very less expensive at the time of initial purchase. Often the guest forgets to return the key at the time of departure, and regular maintenance of rekeying of lock tumblers are important as necessary and part of preventive maintenance plan. To provide safety, hotels usually don't put up the name of the hotel on the key. In some cases, the keys are not numbered numerically but marked alphabetically. Next one, we have electronic key system, which is composed of battery powered or hardware locks fitted on the guest room door, which is interlinked with the computers and terminals. Next one, we have magnetic strip card keys. It's a credit card or debit card key of the room. The coding is encoded by combination of the magnetic strip on a card, which is used by the most advanced hotels. The process of a key control in case of hard keys is done by the receptionist, who prepares a key control sheet around midnight 1 a.m. through night receptionist report, which contains details such as room not to be assigned, that are vacant, occupied, double, etc., double lock, etc. The key of vacant room should be at the key and mail rack in appropriate pigeonhole, and if it is not there, and also if the bills are settled, then the departure is shown in the various registers as per the bills and housekeeping. The missing keys of the vacant rooms are tried to be located, which could be with a housekeeping or bell desk. It is checked, and if not found, it is entered in the report. Details of missing keys list is made. It could be that the guest did not self-departure and mistakenly took away the key. Such room numbers are noted. Name of the guest, his checkout date, time is also noted. His address is taken from the registration card. This discrepancy report is sent to the front office manager, and next morning who investigates and correct the discrepancy. Those room keys are in the rack but occupied. It could be that the guest might have night out, hence these rooms are checked if the luggage is there, it means the guest is in. If the luggage is not there, the bill, then one need to check with the bill and the room number and check with the cashier on the same. Thank you, and stay tuned for part 2.